You have to fall in love with yourself to the point where you refuse to give up no matter what happens. You have to fall in love with yourself to the extent that you are willing to go against all odds to save you. You can still be that man or woman that your heart so desire. And miracle happens, things happens when you refuse to give up. It is not enough for us as human beings to just feed our needs. All animals, all they do is just get up in the morning and seek to eat. Their primary need is all they care about. We have to evolve if we don't want to die just as animals. It is never God's will for us to die as animals. We have to evolve to become human beings. We have to evolve from human being to spiritual beings, because that is the true essence of who we are. And that's why the Bible says we are created in God's image. If you fail to feed your soul, if you fail to discover who you are, who you truly are, you end up like King Solomon, vanity upon vanity. You will end up like that rich man that came to Jesus and went out saddened, with his face downcast, his spirit downcast. At the end of your days, you might not tell anybody this. This might be the secret that you take with you to the tomb. I pray it's not your portion. I pray you wake up, you do something before it is too late. But if you fail to do what is right for you, what you know that will make you to be a person that has evolved, that has left that level of animalistic instinct, you are no longer in that place of where your animalistic desires and needs are controlling you. You are now a human. And if you can't love yourself unconditionally, if you can't love yourself, unapologetically, you can never love the next person the same. Remember, the scripture says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. But if you live your life and you work on yourself and you become the best version of you, and you use your potentials to its maximum, and then you serve humanity, listen, you will be smiling when you get to the end of your days. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Augustina. If this is your first time of tuning in, you're highly welcome. And if not, thank you so much for your continued support to me by watching my videos, and liking. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are cross watchers, I appreciate you for the fact that you stopped by. And if you like what you see, I will encourage you to subscribe to my channel, like and share the video. And I will also encourage you to press the notification button so that when I upload my video, you will be the first to be notified. This video, I'm going to share few things that I did. I always use myself as an example. So yeah, few things that I did that helped me in my journey of self-love. How to love yourself. Can I use the word unapologetically? You owe it to yourself to love yourself. Can I say this to you? Life will push you to a place where only self-love can pull you out of that place. Life will place you in a situation that is so crushing, and that's why so many people give up. People don't just give up because they want to give up. They give up because they can no longer, they can no longer go on. It's not easy for someone to give up on their dreams and on their goals. I have seen women, I have seen men who have big dreams for their lives, but at a certain point, they just believe that they have no choice than to give up. I tell you, they gave up on those dreams. They stopped chasing their dreams because of difficulties, because of so many failures, because they have failed they have failed time without number. Maybe because they have run out of resources and they have run out of energy. Energy is everything. You can still be that man or woman that your heart so desire. And miracle happens, things happens when you refuse to give up. Sometimes life will put you in that place where you will be tested. So when I say God, I mean the universe, and when I say the universe, I mean God. Sometimes the universe or God will test you to see if truly you are, can I use the word, worthy of that thing that you are wanting from Him, that you are asking Him, your dreams. Because sometimes we might think that we want something, and when we have that thing, just after a few hours that we had that thing that we have been, hitting our head against the wall, sleepless nights, we want this, we want this, we want. And when we have that, barely after a few minutes, after a few hours, some last days, maximum weeks, and all of a sudden we realize that we don't want that anymore. We realize that that was not what we needed. You see, sometimes the universe will test you to be sure that you really want that thing. You really desire that thing. And when you are able to withstand those tests, that is when you see things change, you see things happen. The universe will start to move things and move people to come to your aid, to make that dream a reality, to make that, for you to achieve that goal, for you to receive that thing that you have been, desiring and wanting. Because you have proved that, yes, you want it. And when you have proved that you want it, the universe or God is sure that when that thing is finally handed over to you, you will know how to handle it. You will know how to hold it. You will not misuse it. You will not abuse it. You will not take it for granted. Because you know that it cost you something. You know the risk that you took. You know the patience that you have to endure. The sacrifice that you have to endure or pay. The price you paid to get that thing. You will never take that for granted. And so, when you love yourself and you know what you want, you will learn to have patience. You will learn never to give up on yourself. Because you know that giving up on yourself means saying bye-bye to that dream. It means saying bye-bye to that goal. When you fall madly in love with yourself, self-love will bring you to the place where you will learn to put yourself as priority. Putting yourself out as priority does not mean being selfish. It does not mean caring less of other people's needs around you, especially your family or your friends. So it does not mean being selfish or self-centered. It simply means that you remember yourself. You remember to take care of yourself. Because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of another person. If you can't love yourself and you don't have time for yourself, you will never have time for the next person. You are always doing until you find yourself to the breaking point. That is, until your health has to stop you. You fall sick. Until that thing happens, you always push yourself and push yourself and push yourself. You don't have time to rest. You don't have time to eat. It means that you are not loving on yourself. You prioritize other things, but you come last. When you gain every other thing that you are, you are, how do I put it, all the struggles you are going through, to achieve whatever that you want to achieve. Without you loving yourself, without you taking care of yourself, putting yourself as priority, you might risk not even getting that thing. Or even when you get that, other people around you are going to benefit from that because you are no longer there to enjoy the fruit of your labor because of the way you did not take care of yourself. You were careless with your body, with your health, your mental health, your emotional health. You were careless. You don't pause. You don't know what it means to take some time off. Sometimes I do take 2-3 days off. I could even be just, away from my own city. It doesn't matter that I didn't go out of the country or a very far long distance trip. Just out of my city is enough for me, Sometimes we are in a city, we don't even explore the city. We don't even know that there are things that are happening around us in that city. There are beautiful places to visit. There are beautiful things to see. Just because we are so busy. We are so busy pursuing things. And when I say things, I mean things because they are, at the end of the day, they are just things. They are material things. Yes, we need them. Yes, we want them. Yes, they will serve us in one way or the other. But at the end of the day, you find out that they have to serve you. But when you are no longer there to be served, and then the Bible says, what shall it profit a man to gain the whole world? You gain that recognition. You gain that power. You gain that position of honor. You sit among kings and queens. But then, if you gain all these things, but at the end of the day, you realize that you have lost the true person that God created you to be. It is only through self-love that you realize the man or the woman you truly are. Many of you are suppressing the man or the woman that they truly were made or created to be. And they know it right deep within them that this is what my heart desires. This is what my soul desires and longs for. But because I have to fit into society's standard, I have to fit in, to religious standard, the standard that religion has set, and because of that, we are willing to sell our birthright just to be validated, just to be accepted, just to get that promotion at the cost of losing themselves. People will rather do everything to fit their ego because it boosts their ego while they starve their soul. You see? Listen, self-love will teach you to know that you are a soul living in the body, that the body is just a house housing who you truly are. And it will teach you to choose things, make decisions and make choices that will feed your soul and not your ego. Self-love will bring you to the place where you are able to separate the ego from your truest self. You will no longer make decisions or make choices based on what your ego wants. Because at the end of the day, God created you for you to evolve as a human being. God created you for you to evolve, and become the best version of you. And there's no way you can be the best version of you when all you do is feed your ego. The more you feed your ego, the more yourself is suppressed, the more you die on the inside. That's why you see people, they get to the top, okay, they get that promotion, they get the recognition, they get the wealth, but they are not happy. After they have spent almost all their life chasing that particular thing, and they have acquired it, but they realize that all those things were just feeding their ego, that their truest authentic self, their soul, their truest self is dying and has never been really happy and has never lived. They are not fulfilled. You see? So self-love will bring you to the place where you will pursue the things that makes you become a better you. It might not be what your parents want. It might not be what the society wants. It might not be what religion wants. But it is what you are meant to, what you are meant to be. What you are meant to be and to do in this lifetime. And only you will discover that. And there's no way you will discover it if you don't fall madly in love with yourself. By falling madly in love with yourself, that is when you will discover what you truly want. As a human being, what do you want? You look yourself in the mirror, you ask yourself this question. It's a question that many people will dodge because it is uncomfortable. It makes them feel insecure. It creates anxiety. It brings fear. And they will not want to ask that question. They will avoid that question at all costs. What do you want? Who do you want to become? Who do you truly want to become? Are you fitting into the picture that the society has created for you? At the end of the day, is that truly what you want? Will that make you fulfilled? Will that make you happy? Is it making you becoming a better you? Is it making you becoming a better woman, a better man, a better husband, a better wife, a better sister, a better son? If it is making you, then go ahead. But if at the end of the day you lay down on your bed and you feel void, you feel empty, you feel something is lacking, you are asking yourself so many deep questions, and you realize that the only thing that keeps you holding on to that thing is because you lack the courage to let go. You lack the courage to let go and to embrace your path to discovering who you truly are and what God really wants you to do in this lifetime. You lack the courage because you don't have enough trust in the universe and in God. God promised you descendants uncountable. You are more than 90 years. And physiologically, biologically, your clock is almost gone. It takes grace for you to have that one. And then God said to you, offer that as sacrifice. I bet you that 99.9 of you that claim to trust God, to serve God, to be doing God's will, to be in God's will, that preach the Bible and quote the Bible, 99.9 of you, if God should ask one of your child out of the 4, 5, 3, 2 that you have, many of you will deny God and will abandon your faith. You will say that voice is not from God. It is not true. You see how we play logic while we claim to be in God. Listen, I always say Jesus never started religion and he never practiced religion. Religion is just, they did their part. They did a great job by bringing people to be under discipline. It is just an instrument, to control the people. Because if you leave people without discipline, without control, okay, without rule and order to manage them, anybody can do anything. People will go crazy. They can kill. They can do anything. The people, everything will go. They won't be society. So I praise religion. They did what they did to bring us to where we are today, but they are no longer serving us. We that has evolved, that has awakened. Religion worked to a certain extent, but now they are turning against what they have built. they are now destroying what they have built, because they have built, control and manage the society to come to a place where now we need to evolve as human beings to become a better us, and then we that are supposed to be evolving, religion is like boxing us back, keeping us pressed down into the box. And that's why there's conflict. That's why there's this tension. There's this war that is going on, an internal war that is going on. There's kind of fight going on because people are beginning to know the truth. And that same truth that was supposed to set us free is now becoming like a taboo. And those few that were able to start walking into that truth, into that light, they are being marginalized. They are being seen as a threat, being seen as rebellious. So now you see the danger of religion, that it is difficult now for people to live out their truest authentic self. People will rather fake it to be accepted, to remain in that place where they are not being true and honest. They are just fitting in. They wear masks just because they have to be accepted. They want to belong. To belong, the group is one of the fundamental needs of every human being. So it is normal, but then it is not enough. It is not enough for us as human beings to just feed our needs. All animals, all they do is just get up in the morning and seek to eat, to get shelter. So their primary need is all they care about. We have to evolve if we don't want to die just as animals. It is never God's will for us to die as animals. We have to evolve to become human beings. We have to evolve from human being to spiritual beings, because that is the true essence of who we are. And that's why the Bible says we are created in God's image. If we are nothing but just, like the animals, taking care of our primary needs, eat, shelter, and then we go to work in the morning, we come back in the evening, the following day, the same thing. We are only living as animals. And that does not show that you love yourself. When you love yourself enough, then you will know that life is not just about meeting your primary need. Life is about what you are capable of doing as a human being, different from every other creation out there, different from animals. So what are you willing to give back? What are you willing to do to serve? Animal does not serve other animals, because all they do is take care of their primary need. They are self-centered, they are egoistic. Okay, we don't have to be in that animalistic instinct, living like animals, being controlled by our animalistic instinct on meeting our needs. You have to evolve and get to that point where you begin to serve others. It is only when you begin to truly serve others that you become the best version of you, and that is when in turn the universe will meet your need. Many people struggle today, and they are living a miserable life, stressed out, depressed, frustrated, because they are not living a fulfilling life. They are not happy. And why you are not living a fulfilling life and you're not happy is because you are not living your authentic self. You are not living out your authentic self. You're not living your best life. You live your best life when you are able to meet needs outside of your own needs. When you are able to serve others outside of your own personal need. When it is no longer only about you. That is when you are now evolving. You are becoming a better version of you. When all we do is just we gather, we accumulate, we want more and more, we are never satisfied. And we are ready to do anything to get that thing that we need. We are ready to kill just like the animals. We are ready to lie. We are ready to manipulate. We are ready to deceive others. We are ready to do all kinds of selfish things just like the animals, because we want to feed our ego and meet our needs. Killing is not only when you kill somebody. There is so many ways you can kill somebody. Because of your own insecurity, you bring people down, you push people down. Instead of lifting them up, you are not, acting from your truest authentic self. You're not acting from that place of spirituality. You are acting from your place of ego. You are not there's no difference between you and every other creation out there. They're like in the animal kingdom. There's no difference. For you to be different, it shows that you have to act from a place of humanity. You have to act from a place of spirituality. You have to act from a place of enlightenment. It means now you are living in truth. And when you live in truth, that is only where you walk in the light. You become an embodiment of light. And anywhere you go, your light will illuminate and drive away darkness. You drive away darkness of pain. You don't create pain. You drive away darkness of hurt. You don't create hurt. You don't kill others to get what you need, just to satisfy your need. You have that animalistic instinct. Many people refuse to evolve, and they ended up being just like animals. They are just nothing but beasts. There's no honesty in them. There's no truth in them. They kill you and they have no remorse. They take from you and they have no remorse. They manipulate you and they have no remorse. They use you, they have no remorse. They abuse you, they have no remorse. They are not empathic. There's nothing like empathy. There's no compassion. This kind of people are not humans. They are just beasts. And they are acting from the animalistic instinct. There's nothing like humanity in them. There's nothing like love. God is love. And God is empathic. God is compassionate. Okay? God is not self-centered. And God is not judgmental. He does not criticize to destroy. Many people will criticize you to destroy what they see in you. You know, when you love yourself, you will be able to love your neighbor. If you don't love yourself, you can't love your neighbor. If you don't love yourself, that is when you envy your neighbor. You don't only envy your neighbor, you envy your brothers, you envy your sisters, you envy your colleague, you envy every other person around you. And that is when you will be tempted to compete. You want to compete with others. You want to show you are better than others. There's no humility. Listen, if you want to know the level of self-love you have in you, just look yourself and look if all the senses that I'm measuring out is still active and operating in you. You know, if you are still competing with others, if you are still trying to prove something to anybody, you know, other than being your truest, authentic self, being honest with who you are, being humble. If you cannot be humble enough to know your limit, to know what you are capable of doing and what you are not capable of doing, and being able to accept you just the way you are, that does not mean you can't improve. Like, if you want to take more courses, if you want to change the work you are doing, the job you are doing, if you want to leave, you know, go in, chase another career, you know, change business, change location, you know, move out from a toxic environment, move out from a toxic circle of friends, of community, you know, have the courage to say no to a toxic relationship that is not helping you to become that person that you truly desire to be, that is pulling you back, hindering you from working on yourself, and that will never allow you to upgrade yourself, you know, to reinvent yourself or to go to that next level. You will remain always below your potentials. That is not self-love. That is self-denial. You are practically crucifying yourself. And that is the greatest sin. That is the greatest sin, to deny yourself. You know, in each and every one of us there are potentials. You were created to be more and to do more and to have more. That does not include being greedy. That does not include, you know, taking people for granted or manipulating people, using people, abusing people, killing to get what you want, to feed your primary need. It's not just about need. You know, it means you have come to that place where you realize that there's more to your personal need, that there are other people around you that have needs also that need to be met. And then you ask yourself, what can I do to better first my life, and then what can I do to better the life of the next person and the next person and the next person. And that's how you increase. When all you think is how to squeeze from people, get from people to feed your need, then you are living in your ego. You haven't evolved. You are not even born again. Remember the rich man that came to Jesus in the night. He has everything, he's rich. But when he came, he was looking for something. Because money cannot buy everything for you. No, money, we need money. This man has everything, yet he lacked something. Jesus said, go and sell everything you have, come and follow me. You know, it was difficult for him to detach from all his possessions. Yet, with all the possessions, he was not fulfilled. He was not happy. When he lay down, he was void because he failed to feed his soul. He has all along been feeding his ego. Just like King Solomon. He married 700 wives. He had 300 concubines. Still he was not. And imagine a man having 1,000 wives. Could you imagine? He has all the gold and silver you can imagine. There's nothing that he lacks. His reign was the talk of every other reign during his time. Yet, at the end of it all, he said, vanity upon vanity. Why should he say such a thing? For a person, of his caliber, for a man to have all he have tested, all the women that he has tested, seeing their neck, 1,000 women, see their nakedness, yet he came to a place where he said, all is vanity. He was not trying to tell you that you shouldn't, look for a better life for yourself. You shouldn't look for good things of life. He has come to the place where he realized that, yes, he had all those things, but there's one thing that he failed to achieve. That was feeding his soul. If you fail to feed your soul, if you fail to discover who you are, who you truly are, you end up like King Solomon, vanity upon vanity. You will end up like that rich man that came to Jesus and went out saddened, with his face downcast, his spirit downcast. At the end of your days, you might not tell anybody this. This might be the secret that you take with you to the tomb. I pray it's not your portion. I pray you wake up, you do something before it is too late. But if you fail to do what is right for you, what you know that will make you to be a person that has evolved, you are no longer in that place of where your animalistic desires and needs are controlling you. You are now a human. There's a difference from being a human and from being and living just like an animal, fighting, killing to eat. Many people are into, career or business or doing a job that they detest just because their parents want them to study such and to do such, and then they ended up living in their parents' dream. Many people are living in their religion, in the dream that religion created for them. Many people are living in the dream that the society created for them. Many people are living in the dream that the circle of people, the community where they belong, created for them. While their dream that they will really truly want to see, they just like give up on those dreams. Self-love will bring you to the place where you will never give up on yourself. You will never give up on your dream. You will never give up on your vision. And no matter the storms, no matter the problems that comes across you, no matter the difficulties, no matter who was there for you or who wasn't there for you, who is sharing you or who wasn't sharing you, you will be the last to give up on yourself, because you love yourself unconditionally, because you love yourself unapologetically. And one thing that happens is people want to see the prize even before they start the race. You will get to the finish line before you receive the prize. It is important that you hold the big picture before you, so that when you are running towards that big picture. That is the prize that you are going to fight to get to walk to run to, And when you can be able to put the prize in front of you, you focus on the prize, you focus on the big picture. That is when you will not be discouraged. That is when you will not lose focus or get out of track. You keep going no matter what. You refuse to give up. That's when you get to that finish line, the view is different. Martin Luther King Jr. said that he has been to the mountaintop, and the view is different when you are at the mountaintop. But you need to climb to get to the mountaintop. And climbing to the mountaintop does not mean you have to, kill, lie, manipulate people, use people. When you get there, if you get there at all, you will be a miserable person. The view will be different. You will be like King Solomon. Everything will look vanity upon vanity. Because you climbed there in a, dishonestly. You climbed there in a dishonest way. You didn't climb there being your true self, giving it your all. You climbed there through manipulation. You climbed there through using and abusing people. You climbed there through killing people on the inside. People die on the inside because of you. And you have never had remorse. You were not compassionate. You were not empathic. You never show love. You never served others. You served you. Everything is just about you. You're not human. And if at the end of the day we do everything, we get everything, we accumulate everything, we get whatever thing that the title, the recognition, the power, even the money, okay, and we ended up not being human, then what is the need? We ended up feeding our ego. People see us on the outside, some might even admire us. They were like, wow, envy us, because they see where we are. They want that accolade that we receive, being at the top. But then they will never know how miserable you go at night, how miserable you lay on your bed at night, the void that only you feels, because you are not satisfied, you are not fulfilled, you are not happy. But when people remember you, they remember you with hurt, they remember you with pain, they remember you with all kinds of ugly stories just because you want to feed your primary need, then you have failed yourself, and you have failed as a human being, and you have failed your creator, God. You have failed the universe. Okay? So whatever you do, make sure that you do it from a place of humanity, from a place of empathy, from a place of compassion, from a place of love. Respect other people. Okay? Self-love will teach you how to respect other people. You cannot love yourself and disrespect others. You cannot love yourself and hate others. It's only people who hate themselves that hate others, and they will never respect you. But they don't know what respect means. They don't even respect themselves. They are willing to do anything just to get what they want. So you see, self-love is very important because it will teach you how never to give up on yourself. Even when every other person gives up on you. Even when you have nothing to hold on. But you have yourself. You are more than enough. You are more than enough. So, never you forget to love yourself. Remember, the scripture says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Everything starts with you. Self-love will teach you how to take care of yourself, to take care of your mental health, to take care of your emotional health, to take care of your, your spiritual health. I hope you gained something from this video, and I hope you are blessed. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and please like and share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so, and press the notification button so that when next I upload new content, you will be the first to be notified. And above all, don't forget to love on you, to take care of yourself. Okay, take care of your body, take care of your mind, take care of your emotions. You are a spiritual being having human experience. Everything doesn't have to just be about feeding the flesh, feeding the ego. Remember, you are a spirit being, and at the end of the day, if you fail to feed your soul, if all you did was just to feed your ego, you will lie on your bed at the end of your days, and you will regret your existence. You will feel the void and emptiness. You will be filled with frustration, anxiety, and depression. But if you live your life and you work on yourself and you become the best version of you, and you use your potentials to its maximum, and then you serve humanity, listen, you will be smiling when you get to the end of your days, because you know that you have evolved. You are where the highest level of existence, the highest level of beingness, and that is in the place of light and love. Thank you for watching. Love you. God love you. Love yourself too. Bye.